Hello again. Thank you so much for coming in to see us here at CruiseAway here on Gecko. It's Derek and Joe back again once more for your fix of holidays and escapes around the world. Now, over 1 million Aussies every year love to take a holiday to Bali, and we all know why. There's so much there on offer. Well, how about we offer you Bali and then add a twist of a cruise adventure to 3 holiday trips and hit you with some unbeatable price tags.
Sounds good to me. I know that Bali is just a relaxing haven, but trust me, these trips that we have lined up for you really spice things up as well. Now, for November, a trip from Brisbane flying over to Bali for a 5-night break and an exciting 12-night cruise from Singapore on the amazing Quantum of the Seas with Royal Caribbean, a ship every one of you will love. Now, for next September, a cruise from Sydney on the Crown Princess around our shores and on to Singapore, followed by 5 nights on the paradise island of Bali.
I do feel like it's your second spiritual home. Joe,
if I could live there, I would.
You wait until you hear Joe's stories of Bali. Absolutely, she's in love. It all sounds really good, doesn't it? More details coming up of those offers then. First, though, a 3-week escape for the 23rd of February next year. Low deposits today can open up stays in Bali and Singapore and then cruise with P&O Australia from Phuket to Perth for a stay. Sounds exciting. So, part 1 of this holiday is the flight from Sydney straight to Denpasar in Bali. And of course, we have to spend some time here, so we booked you into a fabulous hotel for a 5-night stay. Cue Joe, here you go.
It sounds horrendous, doesn't it? I mean, they call this the island of the gods. And if you've visited Bali, like you said, you know, over 1 million Aussies have, it is absolute picture-perfect paradise. I always say that, you know, from the minute you get off the aeroplane in Denpasar Airport, that the airport itself feels spiritual and relaxing and inviting. And I don't know that's often the case at an airport, but Bali Airport is different. You have got temples and waterfalls and hot springs. You've got beaches and archipelagos and shopping. Now, after your 5-night stay, it's off to Singapore. Yes, you've got 2 nights in a hotel in Singapore. Love the contrast and juxtapose here between tranquil, relaxing Bali and maybe the hustle bustle of Singapore. Although, that being said, there's lots of relaxing spaces in Singapore, like the stunning Orchid Garden, Singapore Zoo, which is world famous, and of course Gardens by the Bay. So you can do some exploring and hiking, or you might want to do a spot of shopping on Orchard Road, or some of the markets there are brilliant too. If you love to barter and negotiate, Singapore's your place for sure. Delicious street food markets as well, beckon. What a place.
You are going to love it. Then it's time to cruise. We are on board Pacific Explorer with P&O Australia, and this is one incredible ship. Really, really beautiful. Do you know what makes life so much easier on a P&O cruise right now? And a lot of the cruise lines are doing this, is they've got the app. And the app really guides you through everything that is happening on the ship. You can see the atrium there is wonderful, 3-deck atrium, fantastic shows, and lots of different places to enjoy shows as well. You've got the Black Circus Lounge, which is great. They do live game shows. They do a bit of a risque show, I've heard. I think it's called the Purple Rabbit, and I'm just going to leave that to your imagination for a second. You've also got the Marquee, which is the main show lounge there, and incredible entertainment. Food-wise, we already had a little look at it there. Some of the most of the restaurants actually on board are included, which is fantastic. So your waterfront main dining restaurant is there for breakfast, lunch and dinner every single day. You've got Angelo's there with a Vespa on the entrance there, and you can go in and enjoy Mediterranean and pasta dishes in there. You also have Dragon Lady, which is an included restaurant as well, which is really lovely. It has a lovely kind of Asian theming. Slightly darker restaurant there, Asian cuisine on the menu. Plus, of course, you've got, rather than a traditional buffet, You've got the pantry, and the pantry has lots and lots of different stations where your food will be served and cooked up fresh there. So if you fancy Indian, Mexican, carvery, fish and chips, Asian, it's all there.
I love
now,
that.
there is specialty dining as well. Luke Mangan's Bar and Grill there is exclusive to P&O as in his on board as well. You're serving up his famous crab omelette, barramundi and pan-fried gnocchi with corn prawns and tarragon, and his very famous licorice parfait. The pools are to die for on board Pacific Explorer, and there are so many of them. You are going to love your 12 incredible nights on board, and we're coming out of Singapore.
Yes, we are. We're straight into beautiful Phuket in Thailand, where you can go to visit the elephant sanctuary or rubber plantation. But of course, the beaches here are absolutely divine. Powder white sands, crystalline ocean. You might want to take in a bit of snorkeling whilst you're there as well. Next up, it's on to Langkawi in Malaysia. Whether it is heading through the mangroves on a tour or the Rice Museum, learning about the lifeblood of this part of the world, you'll enjoy the relaxed vibe of life in Langkawi for sure. Then Kuala Lumpur awaits. This is going to be an exciting, a very vibrant and imposing city to visit, whether it's up to the Petronas Towers, where you can see incredible views over the city, the KLCC Park as well, or the ancient Batu Caves. Then Lombok, Indonesia, which is a really beautiful, untouched motor vehicle free island just off the coast of Bali. And I have to say, best way to explore this is taking a fat bike around the island, or maybe a horse and cart tour. And then we're disembarking in Perth in Fremantle for a 2-night hotel stay, which is great. So getting to enjoy West Coast, especially if you're from the East Coast and you don't head over there very often. Fremantle is an incredible city. It's gateway to lots of craft breweries and wineries. There's of course the prison there, which you've got to see. Lots of lovely cafes and shops, and just a slower pace of life as well. This is the lovely thing about West Coast Oz. And there's some great museums in Fremantle and art galleries too. So it's a really interesting city to spend a couple of days before, of course, heading back to Sydney. And a flight back to Sydney is included in your adventure. So this is a little overview for you. Flying out to Bali for that epic 5-night stay. Then we're on to Singapore for 2 nights before heading through Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, and then finishing off in Fremantle with 2 nights before heading home to Sydney.
And of course, if you're already based in Perth and you want to do the flight from Perth to Bali straight away and then drop the hotel stay at the end, we can absolutely manage and tailor that for you. So, you know, feel free, because you can still book this offer. Our team are incredible. They can really kind of tinker and tailor our offers and change them for you. They do all of the arrangings. They don't charge you a booking fee either. They're very, very good. So take advantage of that. 1300 408 765. So this package as it is then for early next year, but you can book it today with a low deposit, just $400 each today. You've also got the chance to spread the cost as well with Travel Pay Later. It's a 3-week trip away, and you're going to love it, because included is the flight from Sydney to Denpasar over in Bali. 5 nights, idyllic nights in a hotel there included. Then the flight from there to Singapore, 2 nights in a hotel there. And then, of course, you've got your cruise on Pacific Explorer with P&O Australia for 12 nights. Pure, wonderful, relaxing cruising to Phuket, Malaysia, Indonesia, back into Fremantle, and then we've got our 2-night stay in a hotel in Perth there before the flight to Sydney. Remember, deposit today of just $400 each, and this price tag, I would say snap it up right now, look. Because this is kind of several holidays in one, if you think about it, isn't it? It's kind of, you've got your time in Bali, you've got the time in Singapore, you've got the cruise, and then you've got the stay in Perth. That's 4 holidays in one for a $400 each deposit today. Incredible. Okay, let's have a look at upgrades in terms of the ship, shall we? So if you want to upgrade to your ocean view or indeed your balcony, then there are your prices on screen. I mean, you've got all the tools at your disposal there. You've got low deposit available. You also have Travel Pay Later, where you can break the cost of your holiday down into 6 or 12 monthly instalments. They're interest-free, very, very easy to sign up and apply for that. You can do that with our team while you're talking to them toll-free, 1300 408 765. And that might be the difference between saying, OK, we'll take our inside cabin on the ship and we'll take that to a balcony experience for it, which would be wonderful. Call us right now and get yourself involved. It's incredible. And we are going to hear a lot more about Bali in this show, by the way. So I know Joe got interrupted last time in starting to tell us the wonders of Bali, but don't remember that every single offer in this show, we're spending time in Bali. So let's go straight on to the second of those adventures then. And this is for next September, so a little bit further out. This time 24 nights, and we're starting right here in Sydney with our incredible 18-night Princess cruise. And our ship is the gorgeous Crown Princess. We've been talking a lot about Crown Princess recently, haven't we?
Yes.
Nice to see her in our shores.
Exactly. She's going to be here for the whole season in 2025, which is amazing, docking out of Sydney. So it is really one of the crowns in Princess's fleet. I mean, just the most spectacular vessel. Everybody loves Crown Princess, and Princess cruising is like nothing else. I tell you, it is classic cruising at its absolute best. They have award-winning food left, right and centre. We're talking about Cruise Critic USA Today voted favourite pizza. You have Michelin star curated menus. The list goes on. I mean, it's divine and decadent. Or, you know, if you want low-key, you've got low-key as well. You've got your fresh salad bar. You've got your different stations up in the marketplace as well from all corners of the globe, whether you're wanting Japanese or Mexican or Italian or classic pub grub.
I'm wanting one of those burgers. I keep seeing burgers appearing on the screen and I really want one.
Derek.
I really want one. They are great. And pizza is on tap pretty much, you know, all day, all night as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. And desserts. The list goes on.
Lovely.
Wow. Entertainment, they really do treat you to an absolute spectacle in the theatre every single night. If you want to join in every single night, you absolutely can. There's lots of interactive entertainment around the ship. You'll find like lots of pop-up events like quiz and bingo and music on different decks, always happening. There's always something going on a cruise to keep you engaged.
Let's not forget as well, quite apart from all the things that there are to do while you're on board for 18 nights, think of all the things that you're not having to do while you're cruising. All of the cooking and the cleaning and the washing up and all of those kind of day-to-day drudgery. Remember, you say goodbye to all of that because your stateroom, every single day your cabin, you go out for the day, you come back and miraculously everything's back.
As if by magic.
Like when you arrived.
I love
every
that.
day. It's incredible.
Yeah.
The bathroom, the towels just changed themselves. It's amazing.
That is the magic of being away on a cruise, right? And
that's why so many people do it.
You just stroll downstairs and there's your dining room, there's your living room, there's your local bar. It's all within arm's reach, and you're going to have the most spectacular time. And we're cruising out of Sydney. A day at sea sees us into Brisbane, where you can actually head to the South Bank Parklands for some incredible and epic views, or perhaps over to Kangaroo Point. There's tons of tours on offer, of course, in Queensland's playground, so do speak to the Shore Excursions team. Then it's Early Beach, gateway to the Whitsundays, which is 75 incredible islands. Of course, you might want to go by helicopter, by jet ski, by glass bottom boat, by kayak, or snorkel in these incredible islands just overseeing the reef. Then it's up to Darwin, and in Darwin you can enjoy a relaxing day at the beach because the beaches are outstanding, or you might want to head out and see some wildlife in Kakadu. It's totally up to you, but of course up in the top end there's so much to see and explore. Lombok, Indonesia is next on our list, and this is Bali's much more relaxed and low-key cousin, and you have lots of lovely rainforests and waterfalls around the island. It's completely motor vehicle free, and it's like Bali 20 years ago. Then it's Penang in Malaysia, where you can go to the Kek Lok Sea Temple, or perhaps the Snake Temple if you are a temple goer and you like to get out there and explore. Or there's some wonderful markets too if you like to negotiate and pick up souvenirs and keepsakes. And we're into Kuala Lumpur, the Malaysian capital, next. This is just such an amazing city because you've got the contrast of old versus new, and there's certainly lots on offer, including beautiful wildlife in the bird park. Now we are disembarking in Singapore. We have a one-night hotel stay to enjoy, a really gateway to the east. This amazing city is beautifully clean, very vibrant, and full of a real hustle bustle that just meets you around every corner. I love the markets in Singapore, I have to say. That's the first thing I'd be doing. Or to raffles for a cocktail, perhaps. The Singapore Sling, you've got to do it. Then we're flying to Bali. Here we go. We've got 5 nights at the end of our cruise. Do you know the thing I love about this? You're getting off the cruise, but you don't have to feel sad about going home, because you're not going home. You're going to Bali. You're going to paradise. You're going to the island of the gods. Now, if you'd like to enjoy a cultural experience, then I suggest going up to Uluwatu Temple up in the mountains. It is beautiful, and you get to watch the cultural sort of story, the folkloric story that the dancers tell by sunset. That is unforgettable. You might see a cheeky monkey or two as well dotted around, trying to steal your whatever you have in your hand. Just beware. Then Ubud as well. Ubud's the real spiritual heart of the island. You can see silversmithing workshops there, lots of yoga studios. Oh, there's so much to do. So here's an overview for you. Flying, of course, from Sydney over, starting in Sydney, heading over to Brisbane, not flying anywhere. Then over to Airlie Beach, Darwin. We're into Indonesia there and Malaysia. And then we are on to Singapore for a hotel stay before flying into Bali for our fabulous holiday, and then we'll fly you back to Sydney.
Do you notice when we were watching the film there of Bali, everyone just looked so darn happy, didn't they? And so relaxed. And that can be you. Now, this offer is another one where we can book it now today with a low deposit. Again, it's just $400 per person on this one. The whole thing is 24 nights away, starting with the 18-night cruise on the Crown Princess from Sydney. We just had a look right the way through that itinerary. That takes us all the way through to Singapore, a night in a hotel there before the flight over to Denpasar in Bali for a 5-night stay of pure paradise. And of course, we include the flight back to Sydney. You might not want to take that flight. You might think I'm loving Bali a bit too much here, but we can always arrange your next trip as soon as you get back. Now, low deposit to secure this price right now. It's another humdinger of a price tag. How on earth have we got 24 nights of holiday anywhere for this kind of price tag? And bear in mind, your value per person per night when you're on your cruise, it's not just a hotel, so it's not just the room, it's your food, it's the entertainment, it's the wonderful pools, it's watching the movie up on the pool deck under the stars, it's the entertainment for the kids, it's the entertainment shows that you go and see, it's the lounges and the different things that you can get involved with while you're on board the ship. It's ridiculous. If you want to upgrade your stateroom on board, by the way, on the Crown Princess, then here are your prices to go ocean view, to go balcony, or to go up to your suite price. Now, if you bear in mind the number of nights on this cruise, it's 18 nights on the cruise. Your suite price is looking very favourable, isn't it? Don't you think? An extra $900 and you've got a suite, and a suite gives you far more space, far more amenities, far more perks included on your cruise as well. And if you want to split the cost of your holiday, of course you can with Travel Pay Later there. Break it into 6 or 12 monthly payments. They're interest free, really easy to apply, and you can talk to our team when you are booking on 1300 408 765 and get all of that set up and sorted out. And remember, that Travel Pay Later is really useful, because if you have a look across our website at cruiseaway.com.au, if you're looking to cruise this year, fantastic, you can use it. If you're looking to cruise next year, absolutely, we're looking at a lot of offers next year. A lot of the cruise lines are now booking way into 2026, and we've put loads of packages together where you can lock in a great price tag right now and split the cost of the holiday. It's incredible. It's just one more reason why so many people cruise away with us.
With over 25 years of travel experience, when booking with CruiseAway, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday. Just pay a deposit today and then you have until the due date to pay your balance. You can browse our deals online at cruiseaway.com.au or call us toll free and speak to one of our experienced cruise consultants based right here in Australia. Plus, as a fully accredited member of CLIA, AFTA and ATAS, you have total confidence and complete peace of mind when booking with us. CruiseAway, you know you want to.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm almost walking out ready to book straight away. You ready?
I'm already on my beach lounge, like with my lotus yoga position.
She's back in Bali. Right, our third and final adventure then takes us on Royal Caribbean's mighty Quantum of the Seas, which is a real favourite. I absolutely love it. This holiday is 19 nights, starts on the 12th of November this year, and we're heading in and out of Brisbane this time. So our first flight takes us from Brisbane to Denpasar in Bali. You can breathe out right now, relax and stay a while. You've got 5 nights here to enjoy its idyllic charms.
Namaste.
Is it
yes.
good? Yes, absolutely.
You have reached one of the most zen places on earth, Bali. Absolutely. It's known for its yoga retreats and yoga studios. So if you are into that, Ubud is a fascinating place to visit because it's awash with these. But equally, you know, if you just want to be horizontal on the beach and head over to Seminyak and enjoy all the resort life, you could do that too. Now, of course, your stay is included, so you'll probably be somewhere nice and central like Kuta or Seminyak anyway, as that's where a lot of the hotels are. However, if you want to bathe in the hot springs, if you want to enjoy the incredible temples, it is all on offer. Then we're flying to Singapore and we've got 2 nights in a hotel in Singapore too. The fascinating Gardens by the Bay have got to be visited. They are an imposing and gorgeous architectural structure at the same time with beautiful natural wonders. Talking of natural wonders, how about the orchid garden in the Botanical Gardens, which is UNESCO World Heritage and features more species of orchid than anywhere else on Earth. There is also a fascinating firework display often happening in the evenings. There's the big wheel, there's lots of light, light shows and things like that. So it's magical, Singapore. But then it's time to cruise. 12 nights on board, the absolute cornucopia of entertainment, the Quantum of the Seas.
Yeah, now we've kind of revved up to this, haven't we? So we've
Yes.
relaxed in zen, and then we've got slightly busier in terms of the hustle bustle of Singapore.
Yeah.
And now we're revving up the action because Quantum of the Seas is all about
It's all go.
activities
Yes.
galore.
Activities galore. I mean, you really have everything. You have got the North Star, which shows you views as high as the Sydney Harbour Bridge over the whole ship and ocean surrounding. You've got dodgem cars, you've got a roller disco, you've got a full entertainment complex, the surf rider, you can actually do indoor skydiving with iFly. All of these things are on offer on the Quantum of the Seas. It's so much fun, honestly. It is jam.
There's the North Star.
There's the North Star.
Have you got the head for the heights?
Rock climbing wall as well. This is a signature of Royal Caribbean.
Yes.
There's your Seaplex, as I mentioned, the dodgems and so much
So
more.
good.
So, fun at every turn. There's interactive art. There's thoughtful touches around the ship. There's the bionic bar. So you are always fascinated by what's going on the Quantum of the Seas, even if it's just enjoying the wonders of the incredible lounges on board, which are really dynamic entertainment spaces and offer you something that little bit different as well. We're cruising out of Singapore and we're going to be enjoying a couple of days at sea into Lombok, Indonesia. This is your beach island. This is your natural wonder island. This is your take it at your own pace place. And it's a much more relaxed version of other islands off the coast of Bali. Then it's Darwin. Up in the top end, you might want to take a trip to the Northern Territories for the day or head to Kakadu, or enjoy some of the markets just right there on the harbour in Darwin. It's very low key and it's very relaxing too to visit. Then we're on into Cairns. This will give you access to the big 3, the Daintree Rainforest, Cape Captivation, Corunda Railway, and indeed the Whitsundays, all at, within an arm's reach, which is amazing. We are heading into Airlie Beach next, which is your best viewpoint for the Whitsundays. I'd highly recommend speaking to the shore excursions team about doing a once-in-a-lifetime float plane or helicopter tour over the Whitsundays, because this is going to be unforgettable. Then we're into Brisbane, and guess what? You're just going to stroll off the ship. I love this because, yes, you're flying out to Bali, you enjoy your hotel stay. Then, of course, into Singapore. heading through some of the best ports in Indonesia and then on to Australia, and some of our best ports to visit, of course, by sea. And then Brisbane. You could just, if you're near to Brisbane, you could stroll off and drive home. Otherwise, we can talk about national flights as well for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very easy. I love this because it's kind of like, this holiday is a bit like a volume control. It starts low key, and then it revs up to Singapore, and then it really revs up to the cruise on Quantum. Although, don't be mistaken that on Quantum of the Seas, there are all of those whizzy-bang things to do and activities and whatever, but if you want to be horizontal and quiet, not a problem whatsoever. Some of the most relaxing spaces on cruise ships are on the Royal Caribbean ships. You are going to love this. 19 nights in all. Again, we've got low deposits on this as well. $400 each today to lock in this price tag. And we don't have a long time to wait for this holiday either. It comes up in November this year, which will be here before we know it. And look, less than $3,000. Again, this is 3 holidays in one, isn't it? You think about it. The flight from Brisbane out to Bali, the 5 nights there. And then you've got the fabulous cruise, you've got the stay in Singapore as well, all included for that price tag at less than $3,000. Here's your upgrade prices if you want to upgrade on the cruise. So many elements to this as well. 5 nights in Bali, 2 nights in Singapore, and that fabulous 12 night cruise, in fact, on Quantum of the Seas with Royal Caribbean, which you will love. They are great ships. If you've never sailed with Royal Caribbean before, they of course are the company that have the biggest, the brightest, the boldest. I mean, they own the biggest ships in the world, and they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And Quantum is wonderful because she does have, as you said before, a massive choice of activities to do, places to eat, places to be, lounges, treatments. I mean, you are just going to love it. The entertainment package on Royal Caribbean as well. I think they spend more in the cruise world in Royal Caribbean on entertainment than anywhere else in cruise. You are going to love it. If you want to spread the cost of this holiday as well, you can with your travel pay later as well. Sign up with the team when you call us 1300 408 765. No upfront payments, interest free. Break it down into 6 or 12 monthly installments. Just makes booking a holiday even easier before. You get all the details from our team. 1300 408 765. Oh my word. Do you know, the more I hear you talk, Joe, about Bali, the more enthralling. The more it doesn't matter how much you hear about it from someone else, you kind of have to be it and see it and experience it for yourself, don't you? Really?
Yes, absolutely. And the thing is with Bali, there's just so much to offer. I mean, this is why I know so many of you have already ventured to Bali. Yeah. But I love the fact that we've given you packages that give you that taste of Bali. And then you've got Singapore and also a wonderful cruise as well. So like you've been saying, Derek, it's 3 holidays in one a lot of the time. Yeah. And who wouldn't want 3 holidays in one to look forward to?
Absolutely. Well, how many times do we live? Exactly, only just the once. Now, Joe and myself are here with you every single day on Gecko here on Channel 17, 10 a.m. in the morning, 1 and 4 in the afternoon. So make sure you make a date to come and join us for our next show. And whatever you're doing for the rest of your day, have a good one.
Mind how you go.